Hello students, today we will discuss about pollution. First of all, definition of pollution. The contamination of the environment with the substance that are harmful to living beings, this one is known as pollution. In short, I can write contamination in the environment. Is called as pollution. And all those substances, those contaminate the environment are known as pollutants. Now, pollutants can be categorized in two categories. These are of two types. The first category is called as primary pollutants and the second one is known as secondary pollutants. The primary pollutants are the pollutants which are less harmful to us because they cause direct effect to the environment. Some example of primary pollutants are CO2, CO, smoke, SO2, SO3 and oxide of nitrogen, etc. While the secondary pollutants are the pollutants which are formed by the chemical reaction of primary pollutant. And that's why these are too toxic and cause very harmful effect. As example, you can take acid rain. Another example is global warming, photochemical smoke and photochemical smoke. Here we will discuss about air and water pollution. Now I can start the topic as types of pollution. On the basis of the natural resource, or you can say where the contamination is done, pollution can be categorized in further category. The first is known as air pollution. As I told you, the contamination is done in air. You can define the air pollution like this: presence of chemicals in undesirable quantity or and duration presence of chemical in undesirable quantity and duration is also known as air pollution. And all those substances that cause such a kind of pollution are known as air pollutants. Here we will discuss about the causes and effect of air pollution and their prevention. Let me start the topic as causes of air pollution. Air pollution can be caused as contamination in the environment, and that contamination can be done by particulated matter like smoke or dust. This can be caused by various substances like chlorofluorocarbon, burning of fuels, in industries, in house, So naturally disaster can be the reason of air pollution like volcanic eruptions, etc. Except of all these, the experiment done by human being, this one also cause air pollution because whenever we launch rocket, aerosol is used and that act as the harmful substance to the environment or atmosphere. Let us discuss different kind of air pollutants and their effect. The first one is carbon monoxide. It's formed by the partial combustion of hydrocarbon matter, and as we know it's a very toxic gas because this one has 200 times more binding affinity with hemoglobin, and because of that it can bind with hemoglobin and will form carboxyhemoglobin, and it's a very toxic substance to the body, and that's why here you can see hemoglobin is not available to convey oxygen or to transport oxygen throughout the body, and along with that a very toxic substance is formed, and because of that a high suffocation is done and later on it leads to death. This is also known as carbon monoxide effect. The another pollutant is unburnt hydrocarbon. In this topic, I can mention the name a specific pollutant of a specific pollutant, that is 3,4-benzopyrene. It's a most toxic unburnt hydrocarbon that leads to lung cancer. The next example I can take on next pollutant is nitrogenous oxide. In short, I can write like this. Different kind of nitrogenous oxides are found: nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, N2O, N2O5. They affect as primary as well as of secondary pollutant. As a primary pollutant, they can cause various kind of respiratory disease like emphysema, bronchitis, swelling of lungs, and lung cancer also. But as the secondary pollutant, this one is responsible to cause acid rain, photochemical smoke. When different nitrogenous oxide react with ozone in the presence of sunlight, they will cause photochemical smoke, and first effect is invisibility, later on different kind of eye diseases, skin cancer, lung cancer, and different kind of deformities. While in the case of acid rain, not only nitrogen oxide, along with that sulfur oxide are also responsible to cause it. These kind of nitrogenous oxide which are present in the environment, they can dissolve along with the rainwater and can form nitric acid and sulfuric acid respectively. Along with that, these come on earth and make the rainwater hyperacidic. Here the pH is less than 6, and that kind of rain is known as acid rain. which is responsible for destruction of habitat, natural habitat, and species members, various species of plants and animal both, that makes the soil infertile. This one is also responsible for marble cancer or corrosion of marble. The next example is aerosol. Aerosol like chlorofluorocarbons, which are used in refrigerator, air conditioners, jet planes. They are responsible to deplete ozone layer as the secondary effect. In the stratosphere, ozone layer is found that act as the protective covering, which one is formed by the reaction of oxygen in the presence of UV rays. It's a reversible reaction that is actually found in the chemical equilibrium state naturally, but because of the presence of chlorofluorocarbon, these are CFCl3 or CF2Cl2 or CF3Cl and so on. When they come into contact with ultraviolet rays, or you can see in the presence of UV rays, they will liberate out active chlorine. This active chlorine is responsible for the destruction of ozone layer. This active chlorine reacts with ozone and degrade it into oxygen. Along with that, active chlorate is formed, which can again react with ozone and can degrade it in the presence of UV rays. And again active chlorine is formed. So you can see this one is a chain reaction which is going on continuously, and because of that you can see ozone is again and again degrading into the oxygen, which cause thinness in the ozone layer that is known as ozone hole or ozone depletion. And because of formation of ozone hole, these harmful ultraviolet rays are coming on Earth and cause skin cancer, eye cancer. Now the different ways to control air pollution. The first and main effect or first and main prevention measure to control air pollution is plantation more and more trees. And the secondary fact is just because trees are green lungs, they can purify air. And the secondary, what I'm going to say, this one is about how we can control ourselves to cause pollution. We want to prevent pollution, so we have to make some foundation on us so that we can minimize the use of various pollutant substances. Like you can do car patrolling or carpooling, use of public transport, next use of unleaded petrol, use of other conventional or non-conventional energy sources which cause less pollution, like the use of CNG, compressed natural gas, regular pollution checking of vehicles, It's over about air pollution. In our next lecture, we will start water pollution. Thank you, everyone.